Hey guys, what's going on today? Today we're going to shoot a little video on how to buy a 33-ton excavator like this one here at 16 years old. What are we waiting for? Let's get into it. It all started when I was 16 years old. I started working at a big commercial landscape company. I made $17,000 that year. I was living at home. I was 16 years old, and I made 17,000 bucks, and I saved about 10, 11,000. This machine, a guy had it down here in the cities, and he was working with it. Moved to northern Minnesota, and basically went bankrupt. Got in much trouble, got divorced, lost everything he had to pay child support. So he basically liquidated all of his equipment, and he originally wanted like 25, 30,000 bucks for it. He basically wanted to get rid of it now, so he was willing to let it go for about 12.5. So I had 10,000 bucks saved up, and long story short, I ended up giving the guy 5,000 bucks down. I was 16 years old. I'd saved 10. I gave him $5,000 down for this machine. And then I did a lot of work with it at my grandpa's up in northern Minnesota. We built a ended up being about 140 foot long boulder wall with this thing. We built like a quarter-mile long driveway, cut out 4 feet of muck, and then hauled in a ton of fill. Did a ton of work with it. Dug the basement, did an insane amount of work with it. And then after he was basically done with it, then we brought it down here to the cities. This machine is it's definitely not perfect. It's not as nice as some of the machines that you might see my buddy Scott Soper's got, but it gets the job done. Me, and Jay, and one other guy did about 35,000 bucks worth of work with this thing in a week last fall. So it moves dirt, moves rock, moves stumps. I mean, it weighs about 71,000 pounds, 72. The tracks are 17 feet long, 11 feet wide, 32-inch triple browser pads. She overall runs and operates really good. There's like no hydraulic leaks, doesn't burn any oil. For this size machine, it's got really low hours, got about 3,000 hours. The reach is, I think, from like the front of the track out to the end of the bucket is like 24, 25 feet. So she's pretty big. I mean, look at this cylinder right here. I mean, this cylinder alone is like 12, 15 feet long. I mean, this machine's huge. So this machine is basically a stepping stone for us. This machine we're racking up work for. Once we have about a month and a half, 2 months, say 2 months of solid work lined up for this machine, we are going to go buy probably a new Doosan, a 235, something along those lines, to replace this. But for now, this is the perfect stepping stone to get us into that industry, to get going on that, so that we have steady work lined up for it. Then we'll go upgrade. But for now, this thing does it. So here's the bucket. It's about 4 feet across, about 4.5 feet tall. Heaped, it'll be a little over 2 yards. So it's pretty decent size. So you can get a look from you. So you can see here how far away from the cab you are. This machine is extremely fun to run. It's so big, like you can take out like a 3-foot tree and just like one swipe. It moves dirt like crazy. You can load an 18-ton dump truck in a matter of a couple scoops. Like this thing moves dirt. So yeah, overall, it's a good machine. It's not, like I said, it ain't perfect, but it gets the job done, which at the end of the day is all that matters, and it's paid for. So insurance on it is like $200-300 bucks a year. So it's basically cost of fuel and any little repairs. We did put a throttle cable in it and a few other small things, but nothing major. So inside the cab here, all right. So it does need a couple rollers here. You got the top carrier roller, I think it's called. You see down here. These ones seized up, and look at this. It wore the top of this thing completely flat. It seized up and then wore down. So we got to replace these top carriers here. And then up in the cab here, we just put a new throttle cable in it. Got your joysticks. I'm thinking about just cutting these things off right here, because only a rookie operator ever runs this thing with their hands. Because whenever I'm tracking along, I'm always, if you guys want to see a video on how we run excavators, I could definitely do that. But whenever I'm tracking along, I'm always flinging stuff out of the way, shifting around. So I never ever want to see anyone going like this driving along. It looks like your first day in an excavator, or your last, probably your last. So yeah, I mean, overall, the door swings up. It's got a little sunroof. We're probably gonna tint this thing up. Probably come summer. But yeah, overall, this thing gets the job done. It's big. It's yeah, like I said, it's around 33 ton, 34 ton. So it's a big machine. It burns, depending on how you're running it and who's running it, it burns around 3 to 8 gallons of fuel per hour. A diesel, the tank's huge, like 100 and some gallon tank. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of a brief walk around of it. Let's jump up top, and I'll show you the motor. It's a huge 6-cylinder. It might be a Cummins or Mitsubishi. I'm not sure on that. If you guys know, if you guys are familiar with these machines, it's a Kobelco 912 LC2. Let me know. Jump up here. So in here you got the batteries, 4 huge batteries. You got your fuel right there, hydraulic oil right there. Here we got the motor. So yeah, she's pretty big, pretty good sized motor. Got a little turbo on the top. got your muffler, you got your heads, your radiator, the whole 9 yards. So yeah, overall you got your swing motor, got your arm. So alright, so yeah, like I said, this machine is basically just a stepping stone. This is getting us into the more bigger excavating jobs, the more bigger dirt trenching, land clearing. This is basically just a stepping stone. So it's nice to be able to have this machine and get into that line of work without going and borrowing $200,000 for a new one. So we basically have this machine at no overhead. The overhead in this thing is basically zilch. So that works out good. So yeah, that's how you buy a 33-ton excavator when you're 16 years old. Like I always say, you got to do things that no one else is doing. So most 16-year-olds I know, they're not saving their money. They go make 17 grand in a year, which you can do just about any. Nowadays you can do that flipping burgers at McDonald's, so it's not hard to do. So if you're young and you want to get into this kind of thing, just save, and then invest in equipment and just keep going from there. If it's don't spend any money when you're young and just starting out, don't spend any money. That's not going to make you more money. Four-wheelers, dirt bikes, that kind of stuff is fun, but doesn't make you any money like this does. So that's my advice for you. So save money and then spend it wisely on equipment that's going to make you more money, and you'll do good. So all right, let me know in the comments below what else you'd like to see in the future. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and remember, in order to get results no one else is getting, you must do things that no one else is doing. Thanks. Peace.